Hey everyone, we are live. It is Dawn and TB. We are Mocha, excuse me. Together we are Mocha Dip.
Look at that.
We have reached episode 15. Yes.
Congrats to us.
Um, now we are going to, today's episode, we are going to be talking about episode 10 of Hotel de Luna. We finally made it. I finally made it to episode 10 because someone skipped ahead and now she's on episode 12.
I thought I was no, I didn't skip that far ahead.
Okay, well, she watched far ahead. So yeah, she watched a little bit further than I did. So she's on like episode 12. I just finished episode 10 earlier today, and we are going to be discussing that. We are also going to be discussing, before we jump into that, we have a couple of things that's going on this week. We mentioned it a little bit before. We are authors, so we would like to sit back and announce things that we do, because it's stuff that we do and it takes us away from here. And really, that's how we know what we're talking about. Both of us had a book release this week.
Yes, we did.
My novel Christmas Remix released on Tuesday, and TB's novel I Gave You My Heart released today.
Yes. Release this day. Bye, y'all. I buy both our books. I think you enjoy them both.
Yeah,
they're both different, obviously. Yeah, K-pop contemporary for Mrs. Ivanus, and then me is I am a paranormal romance. Yes, I've got all kinds of interesting things going on, goblins and gnomes and magic school and rock stars. You're probably like, what does that have to do with each other? You have to read to find out. But I will tell you this. I think you'll enjoy yourself and have a good laugh. Of course, sexy times, because these two characters are very sexy because they are a couple that kind of fell apart and then get a second chance. So you can imagine how it is. Because remember, last Christmas, she gave him her heart. And the very next day, he didn't give it away. He just left it. And that's the biggest mistake of his life, letting her go. I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah, and mine is connected to Sins Entertainment, my K-pop series, and this is how the CEO met his wife, Tori. So we get to see the romance between Chang-hoon and Tori. We get to see a lot of the characters almost all of the characters that were introduced in Promised Eternity. We get to see them as teenagers. We even get to see a little bit of Sokju. Sokju, I'm sorry, I was writing a little bit earlier. Sokju is the hero in the next book, which is also another thing that I did this week. We get to see him, but we also get to see Sang-uk. Sang-uk is the member that the tragedy happened to, that ended up putting things in motion for Promised Eternity to take place. So yeah, that's really exciting for me. And all these books are interconnected. So while you don't have to read all of them in a specific order, it will make a whole lot more sense if you did. This is my own little personal gay drama. So, and I'm having fun writing it. I just got finished with the scene at the street market. So it was wrapping up when I had stopped.
Girl, you need to make a TikTok later on where you show all the covers of the books, and you have to make sure you have the really epic ballad K-pop song. And then you have in between each cover lens flares of sparkles, right? And then it has to be sponsored by Subway. Everybody else.
Dior.
Yeah.
Dior is coming up on my TikTok feed a lot now.
Samsung. It needs to be.
Tom Ford too. Oh my goodness. I have seen this dude's chest in this Tom Ford TikTok so many times. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So yeah.
I get sponsorship in.
Yeah. Alrighty. But yes, also what I have done is I have released the pre-order for Come Undone, which is book 2. That is Cat and Sangok, which I'm sorry, Sokju. I am getting everyone all types of confused right about now.
And I can't help you.
I know. When it's on paper, it's all straight. When I'm speaking it, out the door.
I can believe that.
I am horrible that way, but hey, it'll all get fixed. But yeah, Sokju is the maknae for 7-star, which is the group that Changhyun was part of. Way back, well, not even way back when, but he was a part of it. Sokju was the youngest member of the group, and now he is in a romance with Kat, and they are. He just wants her to learn how to have fun, and in turn they end up falling for each. Well, she was already like halfway in love with him because she was a fan when she was 16, and now she's in her early 20s, and he's paying attention to her, and she's like, oh, I can hear my 16-year-old self just losing her mind right now. Yeah. And so when they were at the street market, he started doing a video, and he was calling it the Cat and Mouse Show because of a little emoji that he always uses. And she's like, that makes it sound like we're a couple. Don't do that. And he's like, but it's cute. And she's like, but we're not dating. And he's like, okay, moving on.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, I am having fun with this. I am having fun with this. And I need to have fun with this, especially considering, I was a little upset. Okay, Hotel de Luna, episode 10. When I was watching it, she was watching The Eternals. What?
No, I was just kidding. Oh wow.
Yeah, while I was watching that, she was watching The Eternals.
I enjoyed that, y'all.
And
don't be afraid of the other people. It's the universe. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. So we found out what I will be calling him Serial Killer Dude because I have not found his name yet.
Because it was Jay.
Yes, and that's about all I remember.
That's all I remember.
There were 2 points in this episode where I was like, and one of those 2 times I picked up my phone and I messaged TV, and I was like, okay, Serial Killer Dude, it is on site. I will fight him. He is messing with Sanchez. He messed with Sanchez. He
was dirty Sanchez.
Because
he was super duper dirty Sanchez.
Yes. He went and had everyone at their college campus thinking that Sanchez disrespected this woman to the point where she committed suicide.
Right. And all Sanchez did was give her a job interesting at a party to help her get some extra money. He didn't do nothing for her. And as far as I know, nothing happened to her I'm not sure. I don't think anything actually happened to her at that party, but it drove her insane.
I think serial killer dude got her.
I think too. I think he killed her as well.
I
Made
think
it
he
look
killed
like a
her and
suicide, and then tried it on Sanchez.
Yeah. Totally.
That's what I think he did too, because nothing happened at that party. So Sanchez is all like, I just gave her because I knew she needed extra money.
Yeah. And so dude was like really dirty. And
he had the bet about Sanchez was gonna kill himself for night. He sent a darn postcard out there with one with a gun to his head and one just sitting there talking about, is he gonna make it this year, next year? I was like, excuse me.
Yeah. And
this is full.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. And he Sanchez a gun so he could put it to his head for some bets. I bet it was a bookie too.
And the only thing that saved Sanchez was Chang Su.
Yes. Chang Sung.
Chang Sun. He saved him. And at that point, I was able to breathe again.
I was going to smack him.
But at that point, I hit pause, picked up my phone, and messaged, "It is on site."
And I did not answer y'all because I was in the movie theater, and I don't text in movie theaters because you'll get thrown out.
I do.
You text in the movie theater? Mm-hmm. Hoping to get thrown out.
Well, see, I do it. I see, when I go to the movies, this is what I end up doing, because I do put my phone on silent. I do that. But also, I get cold very easily. So I always have my jacket with me. And what I do is I take my jacket off, I sit in the chair, and then I put my jacket around me like a blanket. I darken my screen, and I'll sit in the chair with my phone like this. And if I'm texting, I will just go like this and text, send, and put it back. All of it under my jacket. So it's like the light is not glaring and shining in a whole bunch of people's faces. And I'm usually sitting in the back row anyway. So there's not anybody behind me like, who got that light on?
You realize it was not there for you to share that. I'm saying. But I do appreciate consideration and break the rules.
And see, that's the thing.
Because the reason rules in place is for, the glare, like you said. But you're like, right. I'm going to do what I want to say anyway because I want to do it, but I'll just put considerations. I break your rules.
It's one of those things where it's like, you can still do this. You can still do this, but I am being considerate for other people.
At least until Kim tells on you.
Please.
You say that now.
No, there are some people with little kids that need to not be in the movie theater.
That's completely fair. Always has been. But you never get kicked out of the movie for bringing a kid.
Well, if I have to sit back and text somebody, same difference.
We digress because it doesn't matter.
I spent my $45 for a movie ticket just like everybody else.
I ain't spending $45 on a movie ticket. Not one. I must have bought several. At least 3.
But yeah. Okay. Then the next part. Well, and the next part that had me like, oh, okay. At first I had the with serial killer dude.
Exactly.
Then I had the yes, because ex-girlfriend and the detective. One of the Magos gave him a pen. And I gotta say, the ex-girlfriend was actually kind of slick with it.
She was.
She gave him he left his Mago gave him the pen. The pen fell out of his pocket. Mago told him, if you lose this pen, you will never find love ever in your life. You will never get a girlfriend, all this stuff, like terrorized him. Yeah. And so he was like, okay.
Because y'all,
and he kept it.
Tell the pen though what the pen look like. It ain't a regular pen.
She crocheted a heart, a wrapper and a heart around the pen.
A huge heart.
And it's all in bright pink. So now he's walking around with this heart-shaped pen. Okay. It fell out of his pocket. He's getting out of this cab. Ex-girlfriend gets in the cab. She's like, oh, wait, you dropped your pen. She gives it back to him because she sat on it by accident. Then the cab moves a couple of feet and then it stops. She gets out and she's like, your pen messed up my dress. This is the first time I'm wearing it. And she shows on her hip, on her thigh where she sat, there was a long pink strip of where the pen went down her leg, right? So she's like, you owe me compensation. Put your phone number in my phone so that this way, you can pay me back. He's like, there's one problem. And he wrote on his hand. The pen is black ink. So right there, it's true love. And I'm like, yes.
She caught him. Well, he caught her.
He caught her.
She lied, y'all.
And so the two of them start talking. They hit it off. Okay, great. So I'm all like, oh. We find out some stuff about Chang Su soon. And it was a little upsetting. Now, because of K-pop and me doing these deep dives into Korean culture, it's one of those, I was not too surprised at what was going on.
Really?
But, yeah. Yeah, because being a single mom is a huge stigma. It's that is like worse than the Scarlet Letter.
Yeah, I get that but she want a single mom. That was cleared up to me. I would say they were married. I think I'm pretty sure they weren't married.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. They consider if you're not married, you're a single mom.
And I'm like, why didn't they marry? Because I didn't.
Probably because dad was a broke crook.
It was like not clear to me. But before you hop on that, we leaving out somebody on a date
with the they forever trying to marry him all.
Yes, I know. Y'all, the hotel staff trying to marry Chang off to his ex-boss granddaughter.
His ex-boss's granddaughter.
And I was like, wow, y'all. And then they on a date. Well, they went on a date. And
Yuna and the bellboy saw them.
Right. And so the second date, that's when they went to a library. And then that's when they had the situation because there was a haunting a particular book. and when he went to go talk ghosts because he had heard about it, he talked to the ghost, and the ghost says, I have a secret. It needs to be buried. And he's like, but I need to see what's inside the book. And so he looks inside the book, sees pictures there of a woman and her child, and the child by himself. And ironically, it was the same picture that we had seen on his desk when he's vacuuming. Because dude cleans, y'all. He got Dyson and he be cleaning. I'm just saying. Of course, Dyson, he cleaning. He was cleaning them hardware serious. They were already cleaning. He made a movie there, and I appreciate that because I need a man who cleans right now. If I have a husband, I need a side piece who cleans. I'm just saying. Call me. I'm kidding, y'all. No, don't call me. I need somebody to click for it.
Wow. So yeah, that's his mom. His mom passed away. He did not know anything about his mother. No one knew anything about his family, and that was actually pretty. That was a pretty comical scene where Manuel had the hotel staff, and she's like, "Well, what do you know about him?" Nothing. He comes here. He comes to work. He's with you all the time.
Likes brown.
He likes the color brown. Yeah. Um. So Manuel was losing her mind with the idea of him marrying the boss's granddaughter. And yeah. So when he found out when Changsun found out that the ghost was his mom, they had a little scene where it wasn't a fight, it wasn't a disagreement, it was just one of those. She was trying to be Manuel, and Manuel is very cold, precise. You know, she's not really in touch with her feelings. She thinks everything can be solved by either throwing money at it or just ignoring it. And he's like, I just found out this news and I need time to process this. I need a moment to be sad about this because I don't know how to process. I don't know how to feel I should be feeling about this. I just found out that my mother was alive. Now she's dead. She's a ghost.
Back to the hotel.
And she's, I'm a secret. I'm a secret that she doesn't want anyone to find out.
Right. She's hanging around on the planet of that.
Yeah. So, and then he was like pretty snippy with her, and then he walked off. He walked off. He went to Sanchez's restaurant, and that's where we found the other moment where I was like, oh. Sanchez saw that he was upset. Sanchez was like, okay, well, let's go out someplace and have a drink. We could talk about it. This, that, and third. Ex-girlfriend comes in. And Sanchez is like, okay, look, you're going to have to eat on your own tonight. I'm taking him out. Now's not a good time for you to be third wheeling. So, yeah.
Deuces.
She's an ex-girlfriend is like, that's okay. I have a date. In walks and he's like, what?
He was, wasn't he?
In walks the cop. Now, one thing that has been going on throughout the series, we mentioned it before, Changsun is seeing flashes of Manuel's life way back when.
1,000 years ago.
So, he's sitting there, he looks up, cop comes in. Cop was her best friend.
They thieved together, y'all.
The one that I thought was like a brother or a cousin, that they never really said what their relationship was, but he was always there for her.
I thought he was a friend. Something about him came across like friend to me.
It was one of those things where it was like, I don't know, it could have been brother, like I said, brother, cousin, that sort of.
He was like a brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're sitting there, he sees them, and then it clicks, and he's like, oh shit. he sees the best friend. He sees her old friend. He looks at his ex and realizes that she was the princess. And he's like, oh my damn.
Oh yeah, and y'all, the princess, also known as the ex-girlfriend, killed friend, hung
Had him
right
home.
on a man wall.
Yes. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, now I'm sitting
You
in
know,
front of, I'm sitting in front, okay.
you
TMI.
know,
Wait a second. TMI. I have two desktop computers. I have one upstairs in my dining room, and then I have this one down here in my office space. I was watching this upstairs in my dining room. I'm sitting there, I'm like this. I'm feeling for my phone. I'm like, I need to message TB. Girl, girl. And then the only reason why I didn't is because like I don't know how long the movie is, and I don't want her thing to be dinging off.
yeah, yeah.
And you must have sensed a disturbance in the force, because I was on my fifth, like,
I did.
and then my phone rang.
Yes, I knew.
So, yeah. Now, whew, that was a lot.
You know,
Now, also, little side note, the storyline with the granddaughter of the former boss, that was settled because the former boss overheard the granddaughter speaking to someone at the library. The
mm-hmm.
woman that she was speaking to was like, "Oh, you guys make a very handsome couple. You know, is he your boyfriend? Blah blah blah." And the granddaughter was like, "No, I kind of wish he was my boyfriend, but he said that he already liked somebody else."
Yeah, I was excited when I heard that mouth.
Hmm.
I was very excited when I heard her say that. I was like, ooh, he admitted it. He admitted it.
Well, that's one thing that I'm noticing is that he's not afraid to admit that he does like her, just not to her. To other people, yeah, but just not to Momo. Because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, he can admit it to them because they don't know how their end game is supposed to play out.
Fair.
He and
That's
Manuel
fair.
know how their end game is supposed to play out.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair. That sucks.
Hmm. I'm sorry, y'all. I had Jolly Ranchers from Halloween, and Miss Watermelon was just calling me. So I'm
Okay.
sitting here doing the live stream, sucking on a Jolly Rancher, and my mouth is doing all of these contortions and whatnot.
Wow.
Anyways, now that leads us to the last. Well, Manuel goes to the library while it was closed, and she visits the mom, and she tells the mom like, I need to do something to comfort him because I need to comfort him. I don't know how, but I need to. And so she takes the mom to the hotel, and she calls him up and tells him that there's someone that he needs to escort
Oh, she also reinstated him too.
as the general manager. Yes. Um, so that goes down, that happens. They have their goodbye. He asks if he can keep the pictures, and she lets him. And as the car is driving away, he calls her mom.
Oh.
Then him, and then it's like, okay, that's settled with him and mom. We are at peace there with him and mom. He also takes Maman to see the cop.
Yes. Yes. I love that.
Manuel is like, okay, you brought two of the three back into my life. That third one, he needs to come back.
And that's when it's going to be tough for me.
Yeah.
I like how she did that. She said, I'm going to need you to be there. And I'm going to be vicious. I'm going to be calculating. I'm going to be hateful as hell. See, hateful.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't tell the mother word, but she did that she was going to be hateful. And I'm you right there with me. And I was like, oh, you keeping it real, I see. You understand this is
Finally.
what has to happen.
Finally, because she's been fighting it for over 1,000 years.
Right.
And that leads us to my final, like, it is on site with serial killer dude.
Yes.
Because it loops back to serial killer dude. Serial killer dude, his last victim, the woman that we saw in episode 9 in the back of the van,
Where's the blood?
who was covered in blood. He set up her husband for her murder, as well as the murder of all of the other bodies that were found in the woods.
Yeah, he put a shovel in there from the dig site, everything, y'all. He set that up, pressing everything. I'm like, you done ruined this man.
He was sitting there. He staked out the car, and when the husband started showing up, he called the cops. So that as soon as the husband looked, and he's like, why is the car looking like this? He goes and he opens up the back and he sees his wife's body. The cops are right there. So, and he's sitting in the parking lot across the street just watching all of this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Serial killer dude starts destroying the evidence that he had of all of the victims that he had. And then he's about to get out of his car and he sees the camera. The rear view mirror camera.
Yeah, he had the chip for that.
Yes, and he was about to destroy that.
He should have.
And then he went and he remembered that there was a van that followed him. So he went and he watched the video over again, got the number for the moving place. And the moving place said that the reservation was made by Chang Sung.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows this dude, who hates this dude, because Chang Sung had already threatened him some way, somehow, because he went in, because Sanchez said when everything was going down between them in Harvard, in school in the States, Chang Sung went to him, spoke to him, and then he disappeared. Dude just up and went back to Korea.
Yeah, I would love to know where he's from, because I was like, did he threaten him? He's scared of him?
Shang Tsung got a friend named Vincenzo Casano.
I wonder. I wonder. I was like, because when he said that, I was like, that's pretty gangster.
I might have to go back to that. That might be my next one. I don't know. No, I need to finish out King the Eternal. I need to finish out King the Eternal. Then I'll go back to Vincenzo.
There you go.
Then I'll probably look up one of the other ones on Viki.
There's lots of them.
Yeah.
And lots on Netflix too.
Mm-hmm. Well, Vincenzo, I'm watching I did watch a couple of episodes of Hotel de Luna on Netflix, but I went back to watching it on Viki.
Oh.
No big difference.
Yeah, shouldn't be.
Then there's also a couple of other ones that are on Viki that I have to take a look at. What I may do is I may start putting it in my planner because there's so many.
Oh, and they're long too.
Yeah. So it'll be like, okay, Tuesday will have to be BTS day, even though there is no more, even though Run BTS is on hiatus for the indefinite future. But on Monday, I do King the Eternal. On Wednesday, I do Island or something like that. Well, I'm almost
Okay.
one.
Circle back to the Luna episode 10.
Yeah.
When Guy goes to the chip, he calls the moving company. He finds out that Ku Cheng is the person who made reservation, but he also sees a clear picture of Yuna.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts asking around the school to find out about it. He finds out that she could talk to ghosts, and everybody thinks she's weird. But
that must be in episode 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's not in 10.
Okay, we're gonna back and see. Quiet. Yay! He's gonna try. He's gonna looking for y'all. You now know. Spoiler. Like you didn't see that one.
Yeah, episode 10 ends where he saw Yuna and
yeah, he has like a screenshot he made.
He found out that it was in his name, in Chang Tsung's name. And so it's like he was like, why are you involved in any of this?
Dun, 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 dun.
And then it goes off. Yeah. See, that's what happens when you skip ahead.
I didn't skip ahead.
When you watch ahead.
I didn't watch it. I was there when we were still doing three so blocks. I've just been there for weeks and just started today. But I was at the end of the episode already. You tried to hate on me. You're not gonna win. Ah.
This is what happens when married couples are like, we were supposed to be watching a show. You watched the episodes without me.
Real talk, we probably should watch them together, to be honest with you. That's the one we didn't do. We didn't even try to promise it. We just didn't do it.
And we can't even do it. We can't even do it on whatchamacallit because on vacation because we're not gonna have any service.
No, we're not. So far.
Yeah. But speaking of Hotel de Luna, I think I had mentioned this to you before. 2 members of Stray Kids dressed up.
Yes.
Well, actually, 3 members of Stray Kids dressed up as characters from Hotel de Luna for Halloween, and it was great. I appreciate shout outs.
It's always fun when you recognize people's Halloween costumes.
Mm-hmm. And there was Yeah, the three members from Stray Kids did Hotel de Luna. One did. He was a participant in the Squid Game. Um, Squid Game was a very popular Halloween costume in the
Yes,
K-pop.
it was. I'm gonna be saying do it next year. The husband and I are gonna be guards in Squid Game.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't decided if we're going to be circle, triangles, or squares. But if we're triangles, we will not be having guns because I ain't getting nobody. And I put a blast speaker, the little song that the little girl's singing. And if I can get some kid to wear an orange jumper and turn around periodically and put some details on them, don't.
But yeah, a couple of female idols dressed up as that doll. A couple of other idols, they dressed up as guards. In my opinion,
Easy costume. All
yeah,
of them were easy.
yeah. Some idols showed their love of anime. Do Young from NCT dressed up as Shanks from One Piece.
Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you something. You finish telling your story.
10 also from 10 from Wavy dressed up as CL Phantom Hive.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
He
and
needed
I
a
just have
butler.
to, huh?
He needed one hell of a butler to accompany him.
You know, but he didn't have anyone accompanying him. The date, the two that were on a date were Tae Young and Junwoo from NCT 127, and their costume was just hilarious.
You know what I want to see? I want to see so I want to see a cosplay of Sebastian Nunn, and then see who many people pick up on that. You know that'd be awesome. Yes, girl. I had tea right now, y'all. I would be drinking it for that shade I just dropped.
Smells a little fishy in here.
That's all you gotta say. Interrogation. Sounds like interrogation. Y'all need to watch Black Butler if I get that joke. There's only one episode you need to watch, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Watch them all.
Yeah.
Girl in my neighborhood for trick or treating. I saw the run of the mill witches and stuff. Some Iron Man, some Thor, 50s kid, a gypsy, or something. I don't know what it was. Anyway, I saw 4 Akatsuki, 2 of them were more, and then 2 were just kind of random. I saw a Kakashi Sensei and the dude from Demon Slayer that I don't know if I haven't seen that anime. And don't come for me, y'all. I'm gonna get around to it.
What color was he wearing?
No, it's the one that's in the front with the green check.
Tanjiro.
Yeah, that dude. I knew I saw him where he was from. I just didn't know what the character's name was.
Tanjiro.
Because there's so many of them dressed up like that guy, and the one with boar head and no shirt on. Yeah, and then the girl with the
Nezuko.
Yeah, I've not seen that, so nobody named, but I know what they look like. So I just haven't been around and watching Demon Slayer for some odd reason. I don't know what that's about. I think because there's so many things that I got behind on, and so I'm still watching. And there's some things I'm watching oldies goodies. Like I watched Hunter Robin last week.
Mm-hmm.
What? I'm watching Trigun this week. Can you believe that? Trigun. Fast Stampede.
Demon Slayer was actually pretty decent. The movie has now hit Crunchyroll. So that takes care of the first two arcs of the manga.
Are you reading manga too?
Huh?
You reading the manga?
I was following the manga. The manga has officially ended.
Really?
Yes. I I'm not a fan of how the manga ended
Mm-hmm.
because we have them all of this is taking place at a certain point in time where it looks like it's historical, but it's not really historical. It's kind of like in that I want to say in that the it's around the same time period as Kenshin. I want to say the Edo period.
Oh, that's like the 30s.
Yeah. So it takes place around then, right? Everything that happens from chapter 1 up until the end, which is I don't know how many chapters it was. It 100 plus. It all of it takes place then. Then the very and we get some sort of a resolution. And then the very last chapter, instead of putting the stamp on the resolution and letting us continue with, okay, their story is either going to end or go on, it time jumps. We are now in the year, we are now current day with teenagers that look like the characters that we've been following, but they're running to high school and they're going to school. And one of them is like, one of them is Zengetsu. He's Zengetsu's grandson.
Oh.
And he is like the split image of Zengetsu. And he's like all of his mannerisms and everything. And he's like, yeah, I want to be like my great grandfather. I want to be like my great grandfather, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, well, that's not going to happen because you're always late for school. Let's go. You know, we see characters that have died. Somehow their lineage has come to fruition now. And it ends with them reaching school. So we don't know if another series is going to jump off. We don't know how this new generation ties into the old one. That's why I'm like, I'm not a fan of how it ended.
Okay.
But I will say, they said there's a TikTok going around talking about explaining anime badly. Demon Slayer's explanation, it is bad, but it is perfect.
Okay. What's the explanation?
Michael Jackson proves that he's a demon and has to fight some kids with various mental issues.
You know what makes me think of? That makes me think of One Piece where they had that one dude that was like Michael Jackson meets a pharaoh. I forgot what his name is, but he was he wasn't a captain, but he was in the Navy. He turned out he was some kind of undercover officer. But yeah, he was literally doing Michael Jackson dance moves and stuff. I forgot what his devil power was. It escapes me at the moment. I think
the main demon that is running things in Demon Slayer looks dead ass like smooth criminal Michael Jackson.
You know what? I feel like maybe some of the animators in Japan miss him way more to do.
And that's okay.
You know what? That's fine. You gotta do what you do.
Yeah.
Sanders and daggone Michael Jackson. And I've just seeing them in stuff for a while.
Yeah.
I've been seeing Michael Jackson more really. Colonel Sanders, I've been seeing for a minute. I was just like, Colonel Sanders? That's a thing.
There's like some sort of obsession that the world has with chicken that I just don't get.
I enjoy chicken too. I enjoy a good burger. What?
Excuse me, but yeah, I cannot explain it. It's like, you know how we eat turkey on Thanksgiving and Christmas and whatnot, and turkey's a big like winter holiday thing.
Yeah.
In Japan and Korea, it's fried chicken.
It's a winter thing.
I don't know.
Girl, I know they eat chicken all the time.
No, I mean like for holidays, for family gatherings. You know, instead of breaking out the big bird, they break out some Colonel Sanders.
I wasn't aware of that because they got KFCs in there, and I thought they ate it on the regular. So I'm not.
Yeah, they do eat it on the regular, but I'm saying like also like, yeah, they'll be like, okay, yeah, we're all getting together. What do you want to eat? Chicken.
Okay. I kind of feel like that's the same answer here.
You know what? It might be because I was in a predominantly steak-run household, beef-run household. So to me, that is weird.
Because you are actually the one weird. Dun 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 dun. Because steak is expensive. People ain't trying to eat steak all the time.
No, it was no.
That's a special. See, that's the thing.
That's why I said. That's why I corrected it to say beef, because with us it would be like, oh, what do you want to eat? Burgers.
Okay, I can say that there are a lot of people who do eat a lot of beef. I never ate a lot of beef. We ate a lot. We ate a pretty diverse bunch of meat. To be with you, but it got to a point where I wasn't actually eating beef. Not sure what had happened. I think maybe beef got me more expensive or something.
Oh, it's expensive. Let's not get it twisted. It's expensive.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't eat for like a long time. I started eating. I mean, I eat it occasionally, like have a burger, but I've been eating it more recently in my life because I'm trying to get my iron level up than I probably have my whole life. I be careful.
Except for when I was down there.
What did you say?
I said, except for when I was down there. When I was down there cooking, you ate whenever I fixed spaghetti, whenever I fixed tacos, whenever I fixed pastelillos.
No, I said I ate beef, but I didn't eat. It wasn't like eat beef every meal.
Yeah.
I would have beef one meal occasionally.
She says occasionally. She was running with me. She ate it at least twice a week.
That's occasionally most people.
No, not me.
Twice a week is not occasionally. I said this was a regular cycle.
That's a regularly. Occasionally is like maybe once a month, every other month.
Yeah. It was somewhat until the summer came.
But alas, we digress.
Complete.
All right, so next week we will be talking about episode 11. What else is next week? The 12th. That is
something special about the 12th. I don't know. My parents' anniversary. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad, on the 12th.
No, but we are getting closer and closer to we going on vacation. Also, we're getting closer to a new album by Monsta X, but that's my thing.
Yeah, you're on that one, but thanks. You let me know how it is. You don't let me know how it is. I might be added into my collection. They know. Wow. Hmm.
Um, well,
You ain't alone. You got all the babies
look,
and army people and all of the you got them to join you.
look,
Several million strong.
you will end up listening to the album at least once
I will.
when we on the cruise ship.
How so?
If we're on the cruise ship and I'm sitting there writing on one of them days, and you in the room, you gonna hear it.
Okay. I'm not be in the room. The room now.
You see what you do, man?
No, I'm thinking, but how am I going to get inspiration from the music that you use inspiration?
I just might have it on as background noise.
Yeah, but
Right
if it's
now,
like,
right now,
but you see what I'm saying? Like, what's the likelihood? I mean, people say, "Hey, this is the album." What's gonna look like when you play some different music that might interfere with the mood I'm trying to set in my story? You know what I'm
oh
saying?
god, I remember I was writing a fight scene, and it was supposed to be like this epic battle fight scene, and the macaroni heathen was in their early 2000s pop phase, and I just had the radio on, and all of a sudden, you know, bloody fight scene. Someone has a weapon, they're going in for the kill, and then all I hear is, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe."
So you see what I'm saying? So what you're telling me? Make sure I buy some headphones.
I'll be taking mine anyway, so.
Oh, then we'll be fine. Matter of fact, now that about it, because my music is streamed. I don't think I'll have anything. I won't have anything to listen to because I have a separate device. Y'all, sometimes I should get a separate device because I don't know where my iPod is. I had an old iPod from back in the day. I have no idea where it is. And even if I did, it don't have no music on it because it hasn't been synced like 15 years.
um it might not even be able to be synced now because they've had so many updates and have pushed out so many things. um
They ain't keeping up with no iPod collect.
um Now lately, with Cat and Sokju, I made a two play I have one playlist that I called Wrecked, and it's all of these like heart-wrenching songs, and I love it. I really
Yeah, I
do.
don't think I'm gonna. I might not be able to access my place. That's where I'm getting at. I
And
may be in trouble if for music.
then I also like today with the their first date. That isn't a date, but it's totally a date.
What song did you use?
I used Cayman.
Oh, okay. So y'all, you see how the process works. We pick a song. We pick the mood that goes with the song.
Yeah, I had Never Gonna Dance Again part 1 and 2 playing, but
Okay.
for a lot of the scenes I was listening to the songs Two Kids, and then I pulled up the Think of You while he was trying to goad her into eating that live, well, not live, the raw octopus tentacle.
No.
She ate it.
Well, you know what? To each their own. I want.
She look, she went and she was like, he offered. He was like, "You want to try it?" And she's like, "Absolutely not." And he's like, "Come on, I'll buy you some of that fried crab." She's like, what?
I want some fried crab. This sounds tasty.
So so he ended up buying her like 4 servings of fried crab, another 2 grilled lobster tails, some sweet corn, and some juice.
Okay, that's what I did
Just
it.
just to try some octopus tentacle. And she went and she put it in her mouth. She's like, she had said that she put it in her mouth and she just tried to imagine it as that little cheap gum that she used to get, that once she put it in her mouth she only had like 2 minutes, like 5 minutes, and it will lose all of its flavor.
Yeah, I'm not sure how octopus would taste when it's raw. It's chewy when it's cooked.
Yeah, and see that one was also chewy and
Oh, is it still chewy raw? Because I was thinking it would be slimy.
it's chewy and slimy and sticky,
Ah,
and you
yeah, I
gotta
get you free.
and you gotta make sure you chew it good.
Or
It can get stuck when you swallow
because it's swelling up.
because it's that sticky.
Oh, really?
It's that sticky and it's that squirmy. See, this is what happens when you watch
Okay.
YouTubers go to Korea for the first time.
Well, I mean, that's good knowledge to know. I'm not going to eat it, but that's good knowledge to still know because it is in case I did feel bold. I know that it's also dangerous because sometimes food is dangerous and you know that.
Uh, look, you can have Ursula drop some knowledge on folk.
She ain't trying to have nobody eat parts of her. Actually, she probably get over it. She just like, excuse me. I get that you're an apex predator, so but you gonna have to do that over there.
That's look. That's one of them. I hope a tentacle gets stuck in your throat.
She might reach behind and say, if you bite me. Whatever. Anyway, y'all, it is. We are past our time.
Yes, we are past our time, and I have to go and eat dinner. And speaking of,
I need to eat dinner too.
I am not having octopus tentacle. I think I am.
I'm
Ironically,
sure you were not. Do as I do. You're eating some beef.
no.
You're not.
The maternal unit is fixing chicken.
But not farmer chicken, right?
No, not the farmers market chicken.
I'm sorry,
Now
farmers market.
she's salty because they want 5 chicken. They want you to pay $10 for 5 chicken wings.
Yeah, chicken is gone high.
Yeah, and she's like, and you know the maternal unit. She's like, she.
She did too. Yeah, that sounded very much like her. It sounded very much like Miss Colonel Unit.
So yeah, so she fixed some fried chicken, and I think one of my cousins may have stopped by. I'm not sure. I heard some movement upstairs, but because they know I'm recording, they're not gonna like just shout down the stairs.
Look at that. That's called
Thankfully,
consideration, y'all. La, la.
either that or I heard wrong, and it's one of the macaroni heathens' friends.
Still.
Yeah, yeah. If it's one bestie, um, that's fine. If it's if it's like the bestie, the sister bestie, the one that I call my other daughter, I got a lot to show her because she hasn't been by in a while, and she's into K-pop too. So yeah. That's why she's called my other daughter. But anyways, it is time for us to go. And are you frozen?
No,
Okay.
I was practicing though.
Uh-huh.
That's my.
Uh-huh.
I also still. I thought I was.
Okay, Drax.
Y'all see me?
Uh-huh. All right, everybody. So we're gonna get ready to go. We will see you next week. Um Hotel de Luna, episode 11. We may have a quick. I think He-Man comes out. The Kevin Smith He-Man. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, I was watching that.
I know you weren't watching that. I was. I could give a quick review, just like you gave a quick review of the Eternals. Yeah. So we will keep you posted on what we're doing, and who knows? Maybe I'll go live sometime later on to have like a little discussion and whatnot about the books and everything. I haven't decided where I'm going to do that yet. So I will let you know next week because I was planning on doing it on the 20th. So yeah. Alrighty. So we will see you on next Friday. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe down below.
And ring the bell.
And ring the notification bell. So this way you will know where we are. Alrighty. So we'll see you later. Bye.